in 1961, just to give you some conception of how old the pool was. She had left in 92, returned in 94, or 82, I'm sorry.
Is the green light on in the mic?
Yes.
She left in 82, returned in 1992, has been living there ever since. Her parents passed away and the house was given to her in 2014. In 2018, she filled in the pool because it was deteriorating. They filled it in with topsoil and 4 inches of cement. She did not get a permit because she didn't know she needed one. She also increased the driveway by 75 feet to her backyard so she could put the boat in there. Again, she didn't know that she needed a permit. When she applied for a permit, it was denied, saying it was above the impervious surface. We have photographs of what the pool used to look like and what the amount that they filled in is actually smaller than the pool with the deck. If I may,
P2 for the record.
P3 and P4 is what the pool used to look like. P5 is when they filled it in with dirt. And P6 is the driveway, which had gone up to the middle of the house.
You're talking to the microphone so they can capture you.
Driveway was extended. It was an original driveway there, but grass had grown through the original stone. They put new stone in there, and then they extended it because they had a boat, and they wanted to put the boat in the backyard. Again, they were unaware that they needed to get a permit for that. So what we're asking is that the impervious surface be extended to 51.6 feet, 51.6%, which we had checked with the township, and that's what it is. The side yard was 7 foot, and it's now 6 foot. The backyard is 20-foot setback, and with the patio, it's 6 foot short of that. I might say that the pool was closer than that, however. Do you have the other pictures? No, the one with the gazebo.
On my phone, I didn't print them out. I thought you had.
So, any event, they filled in the pool. It's smaller because the deck area, you know, is now grass. And they are planning to sell the house and move in the next year. So we're just merely asking that this variance be granted.
Is that all you have?
You would look at P7. What it looks like now versus what it did look like. And the area is actually smaller.
Okay.
Wants to see them.
Just, I would ask that you review P8 and P9, which is what the patio looks like now. This is a sketch of what they did. And this is a photograph of what the area looks like now. They put a gazebo in there, but
Mr. Cars, we'll mark these as P9 and 10.
yes.
So the gazebo and the patio are already there, right?
Yes.
And have
They-
been for a while.
Well, they filled it in, and then afterwards, they put a gazebo on
So-
it. But the gazebos can be removed by
Right,
screws.
exactly right, because you're selling in a year, right? So what does that take away? Your setback and your side yard setback, right? Or
Yes.
no? Okay, right? Go ahead, Bob.
The patio is the setback issue.
Oh, the patio is the
Patio,
setback.
yeah.
Okay, it's not the gazebo. Gazebo has
Gazebo is-
nothing to do with anything.
The patio it's the permanent structure. That gazebo is just something they popped up.
Okay, right, the patio part, all right.
They filled it in with, topsoil,
So
their
the
neighbors.
patio is considered the concrete that
Yes.
covers the pool?
Yes. But it's actually less than what the pool with the deck around it was. They didn't realize they needed to get a permit, and when they did, it was denied, so we're here. They, generally have like Halloween and Christmas decorations, and it came to, I think, the board's attention because they stored them in a container, and they removed that. That was the reason that I believe, the officer came and noticed that the patio was there.
And the stone driveway's got the boat on it.
The stone driveway was extended 75 by 14 feet. If the board wants us,
Well, that's where the two storage units were.
Okay,
They were removed.
okay. No, you guys sworn in.
but as I understand it, there was a stone driveway leading up to the middle of the house, that grass was growing on it, and you re-stoned it.
Right.
That was there when your dad had bought the property, correct?
It's
And then
been
you,
like that for years.
and then you had a fence, and on the other side of the fence, which is your back and side yard, you increased it by 75 by 14 feet
Correct.
of stone to put the boat that you had out there,
Right.
because you didn't want it on the street or in the driveway. It's a small driveway, is that correct? And if necessary, you would remove the driveway to decrease the impervious surface if you have
If
to?
I needed to, yes.
Okay. I love that idea. Anybody from the board, are you done, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Anybody from the board like to have any questions, comments, concerns?
How long ago was the pool, I'm sorry, the patio installed?
2018.
2018? And when was the driveway extended?
They meet,
Same year? Okay.
Okay. Anybody else?
I have a question. So you said you were willing to get rid of the driveway, right? Correct? Turn that back to grass? Did I hear that correctly?
part of it, yeah. From
Does
where the-
anybody know the number that would change the impervious surface if that happens?
It would be,
A lot of math, Ed.
Sorry, I just asked.
Go ahead, Bob, you can do it. So we're at 51.6 right now with everything.
It's 1,050 square feet they would be removing. It'd probably bring the percentage down to around 46, 45.
Let's give 45 the benefit of the doubt here. All right, but that'd be the whole stone driveway, not just half of the stone driveway, that's the whole
I mean,
thing.
No, the 75 by 14 would be the extension, so
Okay,
that's the
okay,
1,050.
so the extension, all right.
I'd rather see the boat in the backyard than out.
well, they're moving the boat down to Tennessee.
Okay.
That'll be gone in the next
When they
month
sell-
or two, and then they plan to move down there next year.
Okay. This is going better and better. All right. Anybody else from the board? All right, anybody from the audience? Okay. So, we can put a condition on this, correct? All right.
I'd request that you grant it subject to them taking out the extension of the driveway, which was 75 by 14
Yeah,
feet.
that's the condition we're gonna make, right? On the condition that they remove the 75 by 14 feet stone driveway. All right? I'm not,
You understand that? Do you agree with that?
Yes,
okay. All right. And the side yard setbacks, everybody's fine with the side yard setbacks, right? Was it 1 6 foot? and the other one was, what was the both, okay, all right. All right, I'm gonna make a motion on the condition of the 75 by 14 stone driveway be removed. I'll make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Call the board, please.
Gerard Lycon,
Yes.
Mark DeMarcus,
Yes.
Jim McMahon,
Yes,
Ed Murphy, yes. Good luck.
there you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice evening.
That's a Commonwealth education right there, bro. Next up, Hilbert Sandor, 1007 Stephen Avenue, Croydon. Please come on up. Oh, boy.
I need both sworn. Good evening, everyone. My name is Barbara Kirk. I represent Mr. Senador. I have with me the affidavit of posting as well as my affidavit of mailing notices, in addition to 3 or 4 additional notices that Mr. Senador secured from residents.
Ms. Kirk, if you don't have pre-marked exhibits, I'll mark these as collectively A1. Does that
You
work?
could do, I marked P1 through P4, so if you want, however,
P5?
that's fine.
Thank you.
So if the board may recall, we were before you in April, at which time Mr. Senador has a house that he lives in primarily, and it was titled in his mother's name with him, who has passed away. He had added in addition to that house, which originally was a 4-post open-air gazebo in 2014. Thereafter, that was enclosed, and Mr. Senador has a group of people that come to his house on Sundays, up until the date of the hearing, and they participate in religious worship. So he was asking for approval to have an accessory use for that addition area for religious worship. He then had an additional structure constructed in the back, another 4-posted gazebo, open-air gazebo, which ended up prompting the application in that it was practically to the rear property line. The board, based on their comments and questions, had 2 major concerns from what I remember. One, that second structure being built so close to the property line and the need for it. The second was there at the time could not locate permits to show that the enclosed first addition area had been inspected and maintained, and there was concerns about electrical. Those permits have since been found, and Mr. Dumack, our engineer, will verify as to which permits were received and how they were obtained. In the meantime, Mr. Senador has removed the rear structure, which has been verified by the township's code enforcement officer, and I would like to present to the board Exhibit P1, which is a photograph of the rear of the property without the structure, and Exhibit P2, which is a confirming email from Ms. Helbling to me that she went to the property and saw that the structure had been removed as early as June 9th of this year.
I can confirm that also. It has been removed.
Okay.
And there's copies for everybody. With that second structure being removed, the variance request that Mr. Senador originally was asking for has changed substantially. In order to make it easy for the board, I had prepared an updated addendum, and I've included highlighted sections as to what specific variance relief was modified. Basically, the building area, as that rear structure is not there, impervious surface coverage, the rear yard setback, which has substantially increased from the 1.41 feet originally requested up to 18.43 feet, and the request to add that second pavilion area in the rear has been eliminated. Otherwise, the variance requests are mostly the accessory use for religious purposes, to have worship there, as well as dimensional variances, including off-street parking. For the board's ease, I've got a chart for you that I've marked as Exhibit P3 to present. And to help move things along, Mr. Senador, you have just heard my recitation of the facts to the board, correct?
Yes,
And has everything I said so far been true and correct?
yes.
And you are still asking to allow that congregation of 10 to 12 people come to your house on Sundays for religious worship for about an hour, correct?
Yes.
And would they still continue to come by way of either walking or being transported in a van that you own?
Yes.
Okay. And you are still in agreement that should the board grant the relief requested, you would agree to a limitation as to the number of people that come to your house for that purpose on Sundays, is that correct?
Yes.
If the board has no questions of Mr. Senator, I'd like to move into speaking to Mr. Dumack in his testimony.
Anybody have any questions for Mr.
Yeah, how many
Zimmerman?
people come to worship at your house, average?
Actually, your order looked like 8 people, and they're all senior citizen. I'm going to pick it up there to their home and bring in my place to Bible study.
But Mr. Senator did confirm that there may be an additional 1 or 2 persons that come. So that's why we were saying 10 to 12, just to be safe, because he doesn't want to say strictly 8 and then somebody else had popped up. Okay?
Anybody else have any questions for Mr. Senador?
I have one question. So you're requesting the house of worship?
Yes,
Does
sir.
that have any tax implications?
Yes,
that is granted?
I have a 501c3.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
501c3.
You have a 501c3? You would need that permit to acquire, you would need to acquire that permit to allow that at the residence, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, okay. Is that it? All right, go ahead.
Mr. Dumack,
yeah.
please introduce yourself to the board.
Hi, Heath Dumack, Dumack Engineering. I've been here numerous times over the past 30-plus years.
This board had accepted him as an expert at the last hearing. Is that still the case?
So moved, yeah.
Thank you. Mr. Dumack, please go through the variance requests that have been asked of tonight's amended or remanded application.
Sure. The first one that realistically was just discussed was Section 205-25 to permit accessory use as religious worship, where by right it's a principal use. In this instance, we're looking for accessory use. Section 205-26C to permit the building area of 28.76%, where 25% is allowed. With the pavilion that was demolished, it would have been 32.94%, so we have reduced. Next, Section 205.26D to permit the impervious surface ratio of 42.44%, where 35% is allowed. The original request was for 46.69. I'm basically just going through the memo as Mrs. Kirk has issued. Section 205-26E3 to permit the rear yard setback of 18.43 feet in lieu of the 1.41 feet from the demolished pavilion. Section 205-131 to permit an accessory building setback of 0.91 feet instead of the required 5 feet, and that's a shed on the northwest corner of the property. Lastly, Section 205-120A1 and 4 to permit less than otherwise required off-street parking for residential and place of worship. Required 2 off-street for residential use, 1 off-street for every 40 square feet of gross floor area, and plus 1 for each employee, estimated at 17 parking spaces.
Now, Mr. Dumack, based on the removal of that second gazebo, which was approximately, 20 by 20 at the time?
Yes, ma'am?
How has that affected the variance relief being requested today?
The majority of the items have all been reduced. some considerably, looking at 28% versus 33% for building area, impervious surface going from 46.69 to 42, and the rear yard setback from 1.41 feet to now 18.43.
And you were present at the last hearing in April, correct?
Yes, ma'am?
And after you heard the board's questions with respect to inspections of that section of the addition that had been enclosed, what did you undertake in order to ascertain if permits were received?
My office reached out to codes and building permitting, filed a right-to-know request, and roughly April 24th, we received an email from that office with a series of permits. And I don't know, have you handed it?
I
Okay.
haven't handed them up. If I
Okay.
may, exhibit B4 for everybody. I grouped them all together just to make it easier.
Basically, 3 sets of permits. The first is from 2014, allowing an open-air pavilion or gazebo. The next, which was from 2017, which was to enclose the pavilion or gazebo with walls and windows. And then lastly, the 2018 permits, which were for mechanical systems, HVAC equipment.
Now, the 2017 permit also allowed for the installation of windows in that pavilion area.
Yes, ma'am.
And in the 2018 permit that was provided, that dealt with also electrical alterations and not just installation of smoke detectors or HVAC or things of that nature.
That is correct, yes.
And based on the information that you have received from the township and reviewing these permits, what is your professional opinion as to the inspections and safety of that first addition that was installed?
I believe it's reasonable and intact. I believe the permits were fully in process with just basically final CO inspection required.
So all the finals were done on every permit.
I believe so, yes.
And we will stipulate that I believe we only need to take care of the sheds,
That is correct.
which we will do. We wanted to wrap this up. The sheds were installed without permits because Mr. Senator did not realize that you had to get a permit for the sheds. But we will take care of that, and that can be a condition of the board's approval if they're so inclined. Is there anything else, Mr. Dumack, you would like to submit in support of this application?
At this time, no.
Anybody have any questions for Mr. Dumack? From the board? No? Done, Ms. Kirk?
The only thing I would like to point out is the property is located in the R2 residential district. The section 205-25 does permit a place of worship as a matter of right. Again, Mr. Senator is simply asking that he be permitted to entertain a group of people to his house on Sundays, which for all purposes, they'll be doing worshiping, so we wanted to ask for the accessory use variance from the board.
Okay, thank you.
Nothing else.
Does anybody else have any questions? Go ahead.
I don't know if it's a question. I just want to give my opinion. I think what you did with the building around its surroundings was wonderful to reduce everything. That's great. I'm just not comfortable with the religious use of worship permanent there because there are tax things that can change in the neighborhood. And I'm just afraid that everyone's going to want to be a religious worship, place of worship, because there's a tax implication that would allow him to reduce his real estate tax.
And if I may,
Sure.
this was filed not as a result of tax simplifications, but technically it was filed as a result of a notice of violation because there had been a complaint lodged that seeing people coming to his house on a regular basis, it appeared that he was operating a rental unit without a permit. And because of that, we felt it best to come to the board and ask for permission. He's having a group of people over to his house every Sunday. It's not any different than having a group of people come to your house and sit down for a dinner. I understand.
I agree with you 100%. I'm not arguing that at all.
Okay.
That's not my concern.
And if this board's inclined to say that it's for the life of this owner, or a declaration of restriction on the deed has to be imposed that it cannot be extended past Mr. Senator's ownership, then we'll accept the condition imposed by the board.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
I also noticed that the street is a tight street. parking looking a little tight out in front of his house. And on Sunday, everybody's home. Most people are home, and that's just more traffic, even though he vans them in. But other people come, obviously neighbors seeing it, a lot of traffic going in and out. That's a little tough on a residential area.
I think it was mostly walking traffic, and he did indicate at the prior testimony, which I would ask to be incorporated into this record, that the van can park on a driveway at the property, so it doesn't even have to park on the street. His van will park in the driveway. Like he said, most of them are senior citizens, most of them don't even drive. A lot of them rely on him going to pick them up and bring him to his house, or if they are there walking.
I mean, I'm all for the worshiping, but in the residential areas, we start setting this standard, might be a problem.
Well, that's why I wanted to point out that the code does permit a place of worship in the R2 district.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? Anybody from the audience like to come up? Okay. Sarah, please come on up.
Let me move my stuff out of your way.
Please get sworn in, please. Yeah, yeah.
I do. Stephen M. Lozinski, Lesze-Zyynski. Yes. The last meeting we were at, they were talking that there was no electricity to the garage. There is electricity to the garage, and there's a lot of the neighbors next to me have a deck higher, and they see a lot of activity all hours of the night. So this is not more than just Sundays,
Right.
okay? Secondly, are these permits, what they threw in front of you, valid? Did they go through us, you? Mm-hmm. Okay, because last time there was no record of any of it, and they all disappeared. So, okay, so they're valid.
They're valid, yes. Yep.
Okay.
With final inspections, CEO.
It's fine.
Yes, so.
That, as long as it's safe and you guys all are on board with it. The traffic, it's a single-family dwelling. They're all single-family dwellings, and this is going multiple people coming and going. And that's about all I have to say, just as long as the permits are valid. It's up to you. It's nothing to do with the
walking or
religion.
driving?
Excuse me?
Are they walking or driving? The people coming?
Both, best I can tell. I'm not watching it. I'm being told by other neighbors, I'm talking about in the yard, they're going into the garage, it's supposed to be dark with no electricity, they has electricity.
Well, they stated that the sheds will be taken care of permanent-wise.
Now, there's a garage with, you have a house, an 800 square foot house with an addition on the back. You have an 800 square foot house with the addition attached with a pavilion. The pavilion went to a house. You have a garage that has an addition attached onto it, plus your shed. There's a lot going on there. There's not enough property. It's a big yard, and it might handle it, because it's on the outside pie.
Right.
But they did take down the other piece, which was the big complaint.
Yeah.
The religious thing, the other neighbors on the other street should be here talking to you about that. That's on them.
Right,
They're not noisy. They're not disturbing anybody.
yeah,
But, that's all I got.
okay.
Thank you.
All right, man, come on up. Hello.
Stephanie Matzinger. Matsinger. And my husband Brian.
Same last name.
Raise your hands, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give us the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes,
We do.
we do. Hi, we have been a member of the township since we moved here back in August of 2015. And during that time, we lived across the street at 1006 Stephen Avenue. And during that time, we have been witnesses to the religious worship that has been going on across the street. And we have no problem with anyone exercising their religion. That's not the issue. But we do want to refute some pieces of information that were given at the previous hearing as well as this one, in terms of the amount of traffic as well as how the amount of traffic is delivered. The saying that most of the traffic is walking or strictly from the van is inaccurate. The amount of people coming via van is very small, maybe 3 to 4 people at one time that we see coming in and out of the van. Most of the traffic that we have seen coming to the church or to the place of worship is via additional vehicles, whether it be car, SUV. And we've seen anywhere between, I want to say, 5 to 10 additional vehicles on the street from, let's say, mid-afternoon till 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night on a Sunday.
I have
And-
pictures.
And as
Bring them on up.
as you attested to earlier, it's a small street and a lot of cars on that street. It creates a bit of a bottleneck going up and down that street on a Sunday afternoon, like you said, when people are at home.
You can't talk when you're talking. Yes. So,
That's everything I have.
Give her a copy.
Mr. Chairman, if we can, we'll mark these collectively as M1 for Metzinger. If you can provide a copy to Ms. Kirk so she can see them.
Parking on both sides.
Unfortunately, because the worship, apparently, according to what was said earlier, has been suspended because of the hearing. Okay.
Okay, oh, there's also, they have the
So-
26 up there. I've been giving them throughout the month.
Okay, up here. Yeah, up
Okay,
here. Yeah, up here.
Okay, the pictures without dates were just this last Sunday. The other ones are the 26th, and the other ones are the 9th of July, because once we got the hearing notice, suddenly there's not so many cars.
Yeah, we didn't know that it was suspended as a result, but when there is normal service, cars are parked, multiple cars on both sides of the street. So it becomes very congested, and it becomes difficult travel up and down the street, even with, everyone else being home or doing something or having other gatherings on other houses in that block, whether it be a party or some other gathering.
The
So,
problem is it's a 2-lane road, but when you have a car parked on both sides, it becomes a 1-lane road.
Yep.
And then, like, someone's gotta back up so someone else can go down the road. Like, we're not trying to give them a hard time, it's just we're worried about traffic.
Yeah.
Other neighbors said they were gonna come the same.
What's
That's
this
the van.
picture?
that picture is where the van that they use for church services, that's where it's currently parked. It's been parked there for the past month and a half.
No.
No,
in
it's not in the
street.
driveway, it's in the street.
And it
At
has
the
a-
end of the block. And that end of the block, there is a neighbor that has cars parked there that
Yeah.
are pretty much haven't been moved for a while. And if they are moved, they're kind of moved here and then moved
I'd
back
be more
around.
offended by those than I would be by
The
the
ones that
van.
are all covered, right?
Yeah, they're all covered. As long as it's all legal and all
Honestly,
that, that's
as long
fine.
as cars can get down safely, I don't really care.
Yeah.
It's just when you run into issues, is like I said, when there's cars on every side, no one can get down easily. Other neighbors said they were gonna come to voice their opinion, but unfortunately, they didn't make it either.
Yeah, but we at least wanted to voice our opinion for Stephen Avenue and the issues that we see with granting them a religious worship exemption based on the amount of traffic that comes in and out of the house on a Sunday.
All right. Is that it?
Yeah.
That's
All right,
it.
thank you.
Thanks.
Anybody else?
I don't actually live on that street.
You have to come up.
Come up, you have to come up.
Admittedly, I don't want to waste, Andrew Lovato. Lavado.
Do you swear or affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes. Okay. I don't live on the street. I'm here for a different purpose. So long as we're here and the neighbors came to voice their opinion, I just wanted to share mine while I'm here and able to give one. If they were the neighbors on my street, I live on the Chamonix Road, by the way, and I noticed that there were visitors coming and a gentleman going a bus or in a van and picking up visitors so that they can do worship. To me as a neighbor, I'd be happy to see them. That would be a good use of the public street, and I would be friendly with them. That's all I wanted to share.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
If I may,
sure.
I would just like Mr. Dumack to address the issue of the allegation of electricity in the garage. If you don't mind, Mr. Dumack, you've been out to the property, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And have you inspected the property?
Yes, ma'am.
And have you inspected the garage?
Yes, ma'am.
And what type of electricity is in the garage?
There is electricity in the garage.
As to,
What do you mean?
like, lights going
Yeah,
in and out?
standard garage. There is electricity, there is lights. It's not a cold storage shell, so to speak.
But is it equipped to have hold large groups of people for
No.
events?
No, it's a storage garage. It's a garage.
Okay.
Thank you. And we understand neighbors' concerns of traffic, but again, it's like I said, if he decided to have a dinner with 12 people every Sunday, he'd be well within his rights. We've asked for permission to allow him to continue something. It's a group of people coming, and what they're doing is religious worship.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, Bob, anything to add?
Nothing to add, Jim.
Okay. What's the pleasure of the board? I need a motion, please.
I'm going to make a motion against this because I don't think the religious worship permit should be given. Everything else seems fine. I have no problem with someone worshiping. That's, you want to invite people to your house, that's great. That is my issue.
All right. I need a second. All right. the
I'll
motion-
second it.
Okay. Okay. Call to board.
Mark DeMarcus.
No.
Gerard Lycon.
Yes.
Jim McMahon.
No.
Ed Murphy, yes.
All right. So,
Ms. Kirk, as you know, 2-2 vote, status quo, and the application is, and the request of relief is denied.
Thank you.
okay, let's see who's next here. Andrew Sherman, 617 Shannon Road, come on up.
Might I ask, if you don't mind, before we get started, there are packets that I gave copies of. I have the same documents, but not organized the same way. If by any chance you have an extra copy of them, I could refer to the same pages if necessary.
The copies were provided to you guys, that's,
We have copies,
Yep.
yeah. I don't have an extra one.
Okay, no problem.
Sorry.
You swear to affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
you need a copy, Andrew?
If you have
You
them,
can use it.
I appreciate it.
You had stated a different last name.
Lovato Sherman is my official last.
Perfect, okay. Thank you.
Mr. Lovato, you have proof of your notice to your neighbors and proof of posting of the property?
May I approach?
Please.
Here are the 4 letters from adjacent and neighbors.
Mr. Lovato, you were previously sworn, you're still under oath. You handed me a couple documents. The first set is the neighbor notifications. You had your neighbors sign the forms provided to you by the township?
Correct.
All right, and there was 4 of them?
Correct.
Okay. And then you also handed me 2 colored photographs showing that the property was posted, and I think you advised the property was posted July 27th?
Correct.
And that placard has remained up for a period of 2 weeks?
Correct.
Thank you.
Right. Good.
Okay. I am here because I purchased this property, I'm not looking exactly off date, 2020, 2021. And I'm seeing now that I purchased it already constructed as a multifamily duplex, zoned as single-family residential, and I wasn't aware of any of the legal things of it. I haven't rented it out. A friend of the family has been living upstairs with me. So I'm very recently divorced now and facing financial hardship, and I am looking to now rent out the other unit. So I don't have any of, you know, the permits or the building plans or anything like that because it was already constructed. I believe in 2024, the address is now able to be zoned a duplex or multifamily. And I believe it meets the requirements. It has. And as you can see from the pictures, it is completely constructed and ready for somebody to safely use. So there is one requirement of the multifamily that this property does not meet, and that is the 4 parking spaces, 2 for each unit. So I'm requesting a variance for that requirement. If you can go to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry, there's a lot of pages. After all the images, it looks like somewhere like the 18th. Yeah, after the images, the first set of images, there's a police crash report. That police crash report is from June 2nd of 2024. And there is, after the police crash report, there are images demonstrating where the incident took place. And it's out of order. Sorry about that. 2 pages before the police crash report, there's actually a photo of the car that hit the fence, that went down I'm sorry, I'm gonna start from the beginning of that incident. On Belmont Ave, a car went through a stop sign into the property of my next door neighbor, ricocheted into the next property, went through the fence, and I believe into the house. There's a picture of that. And the next door neighbor where that car went down into the driveway has, I can't say exactly, maybe like a 40, 50-foot drop, and it goes downhill into the property. My neighbor, there's a picture of me talking to him right there. He said my wife usually sleeps at the front of that, and she could have easily gotten hit. My property is only like a 15-foot drop until the property, until the house passes the curb, or I should say where the cement of the parking spot is. And I believe that if there were a parking spot there and somebody were to go through the stop sign, it would be very possible that the car would go right into the front of the house. And I believe that by constructing, and you can see it in, sorry, let's see which, I'll let you know which page. Yes. So the very page before all of the pictures is demonstrating that if I were to construct parking spots right there and where Belmont is, it's the most vulnerable for going into the house. So I believe that if I were to construct 2 parking spots right there, they would be acting as a ramp and then going right into the house. And I think it's really dangerous. And that is my reason for asking for a variance, for the only requirement out of making it a multifamily, just to not construct 2 additional parking spaces.
So I'm assuming you don't have space for 2 extra parking spaces, is that what you're telling us?
No.
That is, so there is 1 space. So I own a motorcycle too. Right now, it's the only vehicle, I have a car and a motorcycle, and I usually park right where that barrier is. There's a bush and a fence right there, and that's where I posted the sign for this meeting. It acts as a barrier. And I think that when a car is parked there parallel to the street, now it is on the sidewalk, but it's, you know, it's safely parked in the house. I think that that is an extra measure of security, and I think it's great when a car is parked there. It makes me feel secure. I usually park an SUV there when I can.
Not what I asked you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Is there any room for additional spots on your property?
So
you got 2 now.
correct.
Is there enough for 3? Is there enough for 4, or just 2?
No, right, the way that the property is, there is no space the only possibility that I see, unless I were to pave a driveway beyond, like where there's sewage right above and there's already a walkway, it's really not possible. And if I did construct that, it would only be 1 more spot.
Three's better than two. Kinda what I'm getting at.
But it would also be back to front, and it would cause traffic. And I don't think that it physically could work. There's just physically space. It's an extreme downhill, and I would have to get rid of one of the spots to create that.
Ain't gonna work.
Okay. All right. Anybody from the board, are you
I
done?
do struggle with the street parking because of snow removal. The sweeper that comes down the street, big trash trucks come down, cars out in the street. It is a problem. I mean, I plow snow a lot on the streets, and it's a problem.
I understand.
And you're not gonna be able to move those cars on the front yard or anywhere.
Right.
So that's a problem. And if you have two more parking spots and say a friend comes over, another friend comes over, your
Yeah.
place is tight. I mean,
Yeah.
where you are is ridiculously tight. You're on top of your neighbors. There's like no parking there.
There's,
And it's a very active road too.
right. Belmont Ave, I spoke with this, I had this conversation also with my neighbors, and especially the neighbor that's right in front of me that has the corner spot on Belmont and Neshaminy. I spoke with him. I had a nice conversation. He said, please, what I don't like is that, they're parking on the grass right in front of me. And I said, great, we're gonna work with that. And he suggested that on Belmont, the parking is, it's not in front of the main traffic of Neshaminy
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of
Road.
traffic there.
Yeah.
But you really need to control it on your property, not around the corner.
Right. I will say too,
Let's be honest, street parking in this township is a big,
It's a problem.
it's a problem.
Right.
All right, so, let's take that at face value here. But, all right, is that all you have?
I just wanted to say the upstairs unit is a one-bedroom, so I agree, it's 2 spots per unit, but most likely it might only be 1 vehicle.
All right. Anybody from the board have any questions?
I have a question for Bob. So it's single family right now? It's not a duplex?
It was a single-family home that was illegally converted. and it was-
Illegally converted? And he purchased it from that person?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else from the board? Anybody from the audience? Okay. I need a motion from the board.
I'll make a motion that we do not approve.
I need a second.
I'll second.
Call the board.
Gerard Lycon,
Yes,
Mark DeMarcus,
Yes.
Jim McMahon,
No.
Ed Murphy, yes.
All right, Mr. Sherman, sorry.
Okay, might I just clarify, does this mean that the potential for it to be zoned to multifamily is still on the table if I comply with creating the 2 spots?
As of right now, your A6 residential conversion for the duplex is denied.
Okay, does that mean I can apply and come and do that?
I don't think I can give him advice on,
Okay,
yeah, I mean, consult with an attorney
okay,
is my best advice for you.
okay.
All right, who's next?
Thank you.
John Thielen. 56 Orangewood Drive, Levittown. Please come on up.
Why do you come over here? Because I'm not good at turning, so if you stand behind me, it's not great. Thank you. Put me in presentation mode there, Tom. Thank you. Perfect, thank you. Good evening, Chelsea Jackman from Begley, Carlin, and Mandio. Here tonight on behalf of John Thielen, to my left. Mr. Bidlingmeyer just provided you with the notice for tonight's hearing. I believe it was posted on July 24th, 2026.
Yes, the notices are satisfactory, this matter can proceed.
Thank you very much. So we're here tonight many of the board members might remember that we were here in June, and we're seeking a variance for impervious surface coverage. It was, practically speaking, denied at a 2-2 vote. So went back to the drawing board. Mr. Thielen revised his proposed plan, but some of the salient facts to include that this is 56 Orangewood Lane, Drive, tax parcel number 05042-001 in the R3 residential district, and it is 0.167 acres. And we are seeking a variance from section 205-29D to allow impervious surface coverage of 55.86%, where 40 is the maximum permitted under the ordinance. When Mr. Thielen purchased the home, he purchased it with existing 52.13%. So at that hearing in June, we presented evidence that after John purchased the property, he added 558 square feet of driveway and paver walkway to his home, together with additional tree removal and sidewalk replacement. Bob, can I use this to go next, or do you have to do it? Nope. No, it'd help. No, it's not. It's not. Let's see if it works. Hold on. Cool. Thank you. So generally speaking, the property looks a lot better than it did when Mr. Thielen purchased it. I think that is a generally accepted fact. However, one of the issues from the last hearing was that there were concerns about whether or not he got confirmation. Ms. Dunn's not here, but I believe that was one of her concerns. Did he get the proper confirmation from the Water Authority that his work wouldn't interfere with the existing infrastructure and the easement on the property? Since June, Mr. Thielen, actually prior to that, confirming he did in fact get that and assured that there was no issue with the work that he had done. So today, Mr. Thielen, so actually we'll start with this. Here's what it looked like when he purchased the property. Currently, this is what it looks like. So you can see here, he added this walkway here as well as back towards here. And that was already existing. And what he's seeking now is, again, he's proposing impervious surface coverage higher than what's allowed, more than when he purchased, but he is seeking to remove this area right here in red. Additionally, when we were discussing some of the improvements the last time that John had made on the property after he purchased it, it included the fact that he got a fence. There were some questions as to whether or not he got a permit. He did get a permit for that, and he wanted to replace deteriorating sidewalk. He did also get a permit for that. So to the extent that you're looking at his intent behind all of this, he sought 2 of the permits. He needed to get 3, denied the last hearing, we understand. He came back and said, I am still asking for a variance on this matter, but far less than what I was in June. Let's see what else I wanted to talk about here. So again, we were asking for approval to maintain 558 square feet of impervious surface, which was an extra 7.74%. And now we're seeking 3.74% based on what Mr. Thielen's proposing to remove from his property. So allowing this variance will serve as the middle ground of him receiving the benefit of the improvements that he candidly put in without a permit, while minimizing the impact from a zoning standpoint. It would allow him to generally maintain the aesthetic improvement of the property. And just prior to today's hearing, I spoke with John just about sort of if he's had any communication with the neighbors, and he said they think the property looks really nice. There's no detrimental impact to the neighborhood, and the improvements will allow John, his 3 children, his family, to continue using the improvements that he put on right after he moved in. So I have John here with me tonight, and everything pretty much the same as the last time we were here. Again, just reducing what's being requested with a little bit more confirmation that he did seek and obtain certain permits and get confirmation from various authorities with regards to the easement. So if that's okay, I'm just going to have John get sworn in, and I'll call for him.
Swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Okay, John, lean right into the microphone there. You heard my statements to the board this evening, correct?
Yes.
And are they true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Is there anything that I said that you want to clarify or add to or change?
No.
Are you willing to adopt my statements as if it was your testimony to the board this evening?
Yes.
And are you willing to answer any of the questions the board might have?
Yes.
And accept any reasonable conditions that would go along with any approval they might give?
Yes.
That's all we have. Open to questions.
Anybody have any questions? George?
No, I'm good.
Nothing to add, Jim.
Anybody from the audience? Need a motion?
I'll give a motion for it.
I'll second.
Call the board.
Gerard Lycon.
Yes.
Mark DeMarcus.
Yes.
Jim McMahon.
Yes.
Ed Murphy, yes. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That looks great.
All right. Sebda Cattell?
Yes.
34 Rainbow Lane, Levittown. Please come on up.
I would like to get an approval for the Billard and the gaming store that I would like to.
Swear you in, please do swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Ma'am, can you bring up the notices to your neighbors?
Yes, I did, and I took a picture of it too.
Okay.
I
Now I'm
did more than 4 compliments.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you some questions about these two.
Okay.
Okay, when you get back to the podium. And your name for the record?
Sevda Katal?
All right, Ms. Cattell, you hand me documents. One set is the neighbor notifications that the township gave you, is that correct?
Correct.
And you had the neighbors sign these forms?
Yes,
All right, and then you also handed me a second set of documents showing that the property was posted as required, is that right?
yes.
You know the date that this was posted?
Same date that I got it, on the July 24, I believe.
All
I
right,
did the
has
same day.
And has it remained up for a period of 2 weeks?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, you can proceed.
I would like to open up a billiard salon over there with like a pimples machines. It's a pool tables, it's like a gaming salon.
Billiard hall, right? A billiard hall?
Yes.
That's it?
That's it. I have 2 stores there already. One of them is a restaurant, another one is a coffee shop, 2 store down. So my customers that comes there and they're waiting for their foods, and it was an empty store. I figured, no alcohol, no smoke in there.
How many pool tables?
I'm planning to put 2 pool tables and pinballs machines.
Pinball.
Pinballs machines there, and some change machines.
Somewhat.
Change machines for the,
Change. Okay.
yes,
No gambling machines?
no.
Okay.
What would the hours be?
Well, my restaurant is 10 to 10. It's gonna be like from 12 to 9
From 12
to 9 p.m.
Anybody else? Go ahead.
I'm just curious about, are there parking issues with, is it,
No parking issues to our knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah. The township does have a standalone ordinance for billiard halls. It's a pretty stringent process. The owner has to pass a background check, and there's the whole laundry list of items they have to pass to obtain the license.
So she obtains this variance, she's got a
Okay.
long road to
Correct.
to go. Okay, fair enough.
Certain hours of operation, Monday through Fridays, 8 to 12, and then Saturday has its own. But yeah, it's a laundry list of items that she would have to go through.
Fair enough. Okay.
Which store would it be, like the old Caesars?
I think it was a dry cleaners.
Oh, dry cleaners?
Yeah.
It's in the middle, yeah.
Right next to the pharmacy. I'm the dry clean. I took the dry clean as a
Restaurant's the dry
restaurant.
clean, that's right, yeah.
Yes.
So it's in the middle of the shopping center.
Gerard?
I'm good.
Okay. Anybody from the audience like to come up? All right. Give me a motion, please.
I'll give a motion for it.
I'll second.
Call the board.
Gerard Lycon,
Yes.
Mark DeMarcus,
Yes.
Jim McMahon,
Yes.
Ed Murphy, yes. Good
There
luck.
you go. Good luck.
Thank you. Thanks.
I need a motion to adjourn, please.
I'll make that motion.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Ayes have it. Meeting's adjourned.
question. Wasn't there, weren't they gonna talk about the hotel and